Can you imagine having to worry about your cell phone? Worry that your cell phone is going to blow, become a bomb, like boom, and unalive you. Have you ever thought about something like that? Like your cell phone, your computer, or your little MP4 player, just explode because somebody somewhere wants you dead, and it just goes boom because they have knowledge on how to make your device explode. This is not imaginary anymore. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day, but not so beautiful for Lebanon. Lebanon, you know where Lebanon is. This is Lebanon right here. We're gonna get back to that. But hey, let me greet you first. Dumelang, Tobela, Nawasalimu, Nyinyi wote, Vipi, Shikamo, Jebaleko basebo n'abanyabo, Amakuru, Imeza. Wagwan, me boss. Afa, my brothers, I still love you, even though sometimes we fight each other. Yeah, so greeting to everybody. It's such a great pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. And I know you don't know me, I don't know you, but by the end of this video, we're going to love each other. My name is Zack, not 100% today, but I'm always here for you, make you feel good. So we're going to talk about this. I think this is a very interesting subject. Here we talk about most of the things. We talk about Africa, we talk about the diaspora, we talk about black people in general, we talk about subject that will unite us and bring us together. And why do we have this platform? We have this platform because we are sick and tired of the mainstream media opinion that's being shoved down our throats every single day. How do you get your opinion? You look at the facts, fact A, fact B, you compare, you pull your own conclusion. Okay, we're living in a world where things are happening very fast, and I think we need to understand, what does this mean? So something is happening in the Middle East. This is a country that I don't really speak about very, very much, because usually videos are shadow banned. Shadow ban mean they just don't shut your video down, but they slow it down. They slow it down in a way that, let's say you have 1 million followers, you publish a video. Instead of them showing your video to 1 million followers, they just publish the video or push the video to, let's say, 3,000 people. And that's a waste of time. Okay, but I think we need to understand where we're going, because the world is changing. Now, in Lebanon is one of those countries that don't get along with Israel for numerous reasons. So in Lebanon, numerous people have been unalived by a device. It's called pagers or beepers. I'm not sure whether you've seen this before. These are very ancient, like long time ago technology. These things just started exploding out of nothing, out of the blue in the country, from one person to the other. People will just see like smoke come out of the pocket and boom, somebody unalived. So many people have been touched. At least 3,000 people wounded in Lebanon after thousands of wireless devices used by Hezbollah members exploded on Tuesday. Now, who are Hezbollah? Hezbollah are considered as terrorist group by the United Nations and by Israel. They don't think they're terrorists, but that's how it is. Hezbollah are in Lebanon. They don't like Israelis, and Israelis don't like Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah uses pages for many, many reasons, because it's low tech, and when things are low tech, it's very hard to be tracked. When you have a high tech technology, high tech cell phone, high tech device, they can easily find you or hack you or, grab your conversation. And Hezbollah uses this stuff to try to keep low key the discussion and the exchange. But for some reason, they found a loop into this thing. They've made it explode in people's pockets, and many people are unalived. And people are very angry because not only Hezbollah people have been unalive, people around them, children, women, elderly people. It has happened in cars while people are driving, an explosion. Now, if a car that has an Hezbollah guy explodes, what happens? The car shivers and hit another car from an innocent person that hit another car from an innocent woman that hit another car from an innocent elderly people. So people are very angry. We're going to try to understand, what does this mean? Should we be scared now? Can you be unalived remotely? So somebody just hack onto your device and make it explode. Why does it explode? Is it the lithium battery that heats up and goes boom? According to Lebanon Health Ministry, explosion occurred on the vicinity of a large crowd. So it was around many, many people in funerals as well. If you're targeting one person, he explodes, people around him explode too. You can imagine the damage. Where did these pagers or beepers come from? That is very interesting to know. Obviously, very recently, it was said that this group of Lebanon people they ordered 5,000 new beepers or pagers. So clearly, if something goes wrong with it and it starts exploding like never before, somebody must have introduced something into these devices, right? Now, where can this be done? Probably at the source, meaning from the manufacturer. Now, 2 firms in Taiwan and Hungary are accused in a media report of manufacturing these pagers. They have both denied responsibilities. A Lebanese security said that pages were from Taiwan-based Gold Apollo. That's the name of the company. The company said in a statement it did not manufacture this device. It said they were made by a company called BAC, which has a license to use its brand, but gave no more detail. So the company said we did not manufacture this. It was manufactured by BAC, which has a license to manufacture our stuff on our behalf. So could BAC be the company guilty of putting bombs or explosive into these pages? Or maybe facilitating by planting a device into these pages that will turn it into remote bombs? Or could BAC have particular employees that are related to Israel and got the communication about the order of pages, therefore seizing the opportunity and planting this device or modifying the device in a way that they become explosives? Witnesses reported seeing smoke coming out of people's pockets before seeing small explosion, like boom. You can just imagine how frightening this is. Lebanese believe that Israel's Mossad spy agency planted explosive inside 5,000 Taiwan-made pages and bleepers. So what are pages? The first page was patented in 1949. That's how old this device is. And clearly it was used by people that wanted quick communication, such as doctors, journalists, technicians, and managers. So it allowed them to receive important messages, sound alerts, and communicate, fast. When a message was sent via radio wave, the device will alert the user with a distinct beep. This prompt will then require you to go find the telephone and make a call. Why Hezbollah members still use pages today, 2024? Because pages are low-tech communication. Like I said earlier, pages use their own frequency that are therefore considered more reliable, less detectable by modern hackers. So it is more reliable as they bypass mobile telephone networks. Okay, so if you have a cell phone, right, they can know where you are. Basically, they are what you call telephone towers. Telephone towers receive pings from every cell phone in the neighborhood. So you can identify the proximity of a cell phone by the pings that it's sending to the towers. So if somebody has access to the tower, they can know with precision where you are. That is one of the reasons why most security companies that are involved in dangerous situations will never use cell phone, like modern cell phone. They will rather use something else than that. Hezbollah, knowing that they're facing Israel, that is one of the most advanced in terms of technology as an opponent, they will never risk using cell phones because they're going to be unalived very quickly. Historically, Israel has unalived many people with the cell phone. Like, you got a cell phone, they give you a call, it rings, you pick up, it goes boom. So let me just remind you here, fellas. A few weeks ago, Israel carried out an attack against an Hezbollah leader and they unalived him. I'm not sure whether you remember. Then Hezbollah replied by attacking Israel, but attacking the unit 8200. And this is a very special unit. So the unit 8200 of Israel is one of the best in the world in terms of electronic warfare, cyber security, and anything that has anything to do with electronics. So these people can find you anywhere in the world. They can unalive you without being with you. So anything to do with electronic and computers, the unit 8200 is the unit that does it. Now, Hezbollah, responding to Israel's attack, they unalived apparently one of the head of the unit 8200 and some other people. So therefore, they had to respond to them. And their response was through this gap. Now the question is, did they hack these pages, making them explode from a distance by pressing a button? Or did they insert something into these pages because they had access to them at the source by some means? What do you think about this? Do you think they hacked these pages like computers, just going to the next level of technology, or they had access to these pages from the source and put something specific that would allow them to detonate it from the distance? So this is not the first time Israel conducts something very similar to this. In 1996, there's a Hamas man known as the engineer was unalive with his cell phone. He received a phone call. He was a big man respected by everybody. He took his phone, picked up the phone, and it went boom, and his head was gone. This takes us to something very interesting. How safe is technology? How can you protect yourself today? It's very difficult. You know, your cell phone can listen to you. And I don't know if you ever experienced that. You got a cell phone in your hand and you're talking about apartment, and all of a sudden you start seeing apartment for rental or for sale. You got your cell phone, you're talking about trips. All of a sudden you're seeing Thailand, Vietnam at a very cheap price because they're listening. Constantly listening. And it doesn't matter whether you switch your phone off or on. Even when your cell phone is off, it's still listening. How are we going to survive this? Is there still going to be freedom of speech? Making comment about things without necessarily having to pay a heavy price about it. Technology is great, but what are the dangers of technology? What's the other side that people are not looking into? I know everybody's very excited. You want a cashless society where you can purchase things just using a cell phone because you're lazy. Why are you scared to carry your money? You hear people say, yeah, they might rob you. How many times have you been robbed in the past? Again, yes, you've heard stories of people being robbed. How many times you've been robbed? How many times somebody directly in your family has been robbed? These are myths. It's like insurance. They will tell you, okay, I'm not saying don't get an insurance. How often do you need your insurance? It's very scarce. It's great to have progressive technology, but what are the negatives? We have no more freedom. This is very dangerous. I mean, if they can hack your phone and make the lithium battery heat up and get hot to a point it explodes, how safe are we? Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. God bless.